Welcome to Innovate and Conversate, where we discuss the latest innovations and trends in the business world. I'm your host, Jana, and today we're going to be talking about youth empowerment. With me today is Ms. Carla Saba, and she's the Deputy General Manager at Berytech and an advocate for youth-driven change and innovation. Welcome, Carla, to the podcast.
Thank you, Jana. I'm very happy to be here and to discuss with you today a very dear topic to me.
To start off, youth empowerment is a topic that is often discussed but not truly understood. So how would you define youth empowerment?
To me, youth empowerment is making the youth believe in their own capabilities. It's letting them believe that they are the real catalyst for innovation and change, that they can actually foster their future, shape their future, and contribute to their communities, ecosystems, countries, hopefully.
And do you think that the society's current approach is allowing youth to empower and address the current needs that they require?
Okay, so we have made a certain progress, but we're still on the borderline. Let me say that it needs a full reshufflement. So we need an academic reform, we need more inclusive policies, and we need maybe channels or ways that suit the youth and at the same time let them mirror their voice, what they really think of.
And what would you say are some of the challenges that are underestimated but the youth today face?
The future of jobs or the jobs of the future, because with everything we are living now, with AI, with the technology, with this, very agile industry we are living in, or world we are living in today, I believe that the youth should be more conscious about where to go and what careers should we really look into, because many things have changed. The whole world actually has changed.
And what about opportunities? Are there any untouched areas by which the youth could actually shine?
Yeah, definitely. With this digital transformation and everything happening around us, I believe there are endless opportunities. And I would actually recommend or advise the youth that they go into the data field, into the sustainability field. And when we say sustainability, it's actually the 3 Ps. It's the planet, people, and profit. So it's not only about, the buzzword, the sustainability. Creative industries are definitely a go. And in our ecosystem, social entrepreneurship and green entrepreneurship are also very hot topics and lucrative businesses to go into.
And when we usually talk about youth empowerment, we hear community and leadership a lot. So what role does the community play in fostering this environment that empowers the youth to innovate and take risks as well?
From my experience, I believe that we need a full supportive ecosystem. And it all starts at home. So parents are invited not to impose a certain career or a certain field of study on their children. They would rather, let them choose their own field. It's where the heart is at the end, because we are seeing lots of students or fresh grads shifting to other majors and doing a career shift at a very early stage. And this means that they were just obliged to go into this field. So I would ask and invite parents to be more flexible in this. Then universities and the academic field to be more focused on, I believe we need a big to reshuffle everything today in academia. So we need to look into developing skills, not only transferring knowledge. The business support organizations are also here, so like Berytech or other also support organizations that are here to capacitate those youth and to develop their skills further. I really hope at this stage the government would be more present in supporting the youth and make them actually stay here.
For our young listeners today tuning in, what practical steps should they take for them to be empowered in such an evolving world?
So to keep up with this evolving world, I would really ask them to give up on the quick wins and focus more on what is sustainable and to keep learning.
What about handling the setbacks? Because failure is part of the process and they're always going to face failure.
Failure is actually about almost the whole journey. So the journey is mainly about failures, not successes. And this is where we learn, and this is where we become more resilient. And I would ask and invite the youth to become more resilient despite all the failures they will face. And since we are Lebanese, we are resilient by nature, and resilience is like a muscle. The more you work on it, the more it gets strong.
So let's switch the gears to some rapid fire questions. You ready?
Yes, sure.
So what's one underrated quality that every leader should have?
Empathy.
And if you could dedicate a single day to empower youth globally, what's one thing you would focus on?
I would invite the youth to fall in love with problems. This is where the innovations come from. And I would help them pitch their ideas effectively in order to win the trust of the whole audience.
And what inspires you the most about the younger generation?
How much they can adapt rapidly, and how much they actually believe that they can do something in a way or another.
Carla, before we end the podcast, do you have any final messages that you would like to tell our audience?
Yes, I would want to tell the youth that they can't expect any change, or they can't change the world around them unless they act. So I ask them to really start acting.
Thank you, Carla, for today. This brings us to the end of the podcast. It's been a fascinating discussion.
Same here. Thank you, Jana.
Thank you for our listeners for tuning in. We'd love to hear back from you on which topics you would like for us to discuss next. Until next time, stay innovative and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.